start of a new work week, and you probably want to share your weekend with your coworkers because it was so darn fun, right? Being St. Patty's Day weekend on Saturday is all. But sometimes we don't always know what's appropriate in the workplace when it comes to relationships, and that can be one of the hardest things to gauge. So here to tell us more about proper workplace etiquette and answer some of your personal behavioral questions is etiquette consultant Rebecca Black. And Rebecca, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for the handshake. And I have to say, this is really timely, as mentioned, because we're coming off St. Patty's Day weekend. Perhaps some of us went out and celebrated with our coworkers after work, and then now we transition back into the work week. So the question is, where do these lines lie when it comes to proper etiquette? But let's talk about etiquette itself, though, first, because we use the word often, but what does it really mean?
Etiquette is basically a set of rules. All of us, society creates and expects a certain type of behavior, and that's etiquette. And it's different in every situation. Like you bring up a work situation, different set of rules we just understand are expected at work, and they're different set of rules expected at home.
And why is it important to have proper etiquette?
Basically, we don't want to be embarrassed.
Yes, I agree.
We don't want to be embarrassed just seemingly not knowing all of those rules, the norms that are expected of us. The French call this déclassé, and déclassé basically means of no class or of lower class. And those are the people who don't seem to know the rules, and we don't want that label. And
to me, this is kind of an underlining tone, too, of a bit of respect as well, that it's about gaining respect from other people and also giving respect, too. Okay, so let's talk about workplace etiquette. And I know that everyone has, like you had mentioned, maybe their different ideas of exactly what's considered proper, but being an etiquette consultant, what do you think are some of the main things that make proper work etiquette?
Well, it seems like office etiquette seems like a bunch of really stiff, stuffy rules, but honestly, it's common sense. We really want to treat our internal and external customers well. That's number one. That's like a no-brainer. And we want to remember that all of our actions affect other people, and our behavior and our appearance is going to be judged either negatively or positively, and we need to make the decision for ourselves. How do we want to be viewed? And if we always follow that, then things will go a lot smoother.
And we actually have a Sac&Co viewer who wrote in because they have a question for you.
Yay!
Yay! I know. Okay, so this comes from Linda Clayton, and it's in regards to work etiquette. She would like to know the best way to approach a coworker, and this one's pretty personal, about their hygiene, in particular how they smell, their scent at work. Very, very sensitive subject here. What's the best advice you can give her?
Well, number one, we have to, and this is it. I wish I had just one really, really good answer. If she's a very close friend, it would be like if you were having lunch with your friend and they had a little bit of spinach in their teeth. It would be kind to mention that, always in private. But if it's just, a work associate, you're not that close, I would say talk to your supervisor.
Okay.
And then the supervisor would talk to that person in private. But in the real world, usually those type of things you want to, as a supervisor or manager, you'd want to have some sort of in-service program, workshop, a small class where we talk about hygiene in the workplace, and that way you're not targeting just one person, because it could be a problem down the road with another person, so might as well
address it.
Set policy.
Yes, set policy and address it at that point before it escalates.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now let's talk about social etiquette, because let's face it, a lot of people, we have friends. As we develop our relationships at work, we want to go out and have fun. Let's talk about social etiquette, and then how do we marry the social etiquette with work etiquette?
Oh, okay. Well, if we remember the basic tenets of basic manners, which is respect, kindness, courtesy, and consideration. If we remember those and base every single thing that we do on those, we can't go too far wrong. But when we marry our social etiquette with business etiquette, we have to remember the corporate culture, the business culture, okay, and follow those guidelines. And if you do happen to get closer with someone, if you're in a real conservative corporate culture, you want to make sure that it's not too friendly in the workplace. So just follow that corporate culture and remember your 4 basic manner rules.
And what are those 4 basic manner rules? Let's go ahead and hit those again so people have little nuggets to walk away with today.
Respect, kindness, courtesy, and consideration.
Okay, so always think of those things in mind when you're communicating with somebody, regardless if it's a social activity or if it's work. That's just something that kind of overlines everything.
Right, and we don't always have to be first, you know. And always remember that that everything that we do affects other people.
I like that. That's great. And where can people find more information?
For me, of course.
Yes. How do they reach you?
God Etiquette is my all-free site, free advice, tons and tons, hundreds of pages for
that's
people.
fantastic.
Yeah, you can download sets of outline, anything. And my Etiquette Now site is what you see here. My booklets, lesson plans, workshops, classes. So I'm there to help everybody be socially savvy.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.